A few weeks ago, I showcased my everyday carry where I talk about the items that I carry back and forth between the office or on short trips that are local. But in a while, I haven't showcased my tech travel carry, the camera gear, the items that I need in order to cover a tech event. Now for this, I carry two bags. The first one is the everyday backpack by Peak Design. All my items are inside of here, and this currently weighs 20 pounds. It's absolutely not light, but this thing has been super solid. It hasn't failed on me, and it just keeps on going. The other bag that I carry is the Air carry-on bag. Now this has also been solid. As you can see here, it's starting to get scratches on it because I'm pretty rough with it, but it's durable. And the fact that there's 48 liters of space inside of here, I have enough storage for 5 days of clothes. So on one side, space for your clothes. This obviously zips right up, and then you have a perforated pocket over here to store other items, a little secretive pocket right here for smaller items, then a tiny little pocket over here, which I use to carry an AirTag. On the other side, you have another space. Usually I'll store my Peak carbon fiber tripod. This thing is super tiny, it'll go in the middle. And then I'll place whatever else I need, like my toiletry bag. And then this will go on top, keeps it secure, and I can buckle it in with another pocket on top that's also perforated. The other thing to note is that the wheels on them are super smooth, like really smooth. It never gets stuck on anything. There's handles on both sides. You have a space to put your address. And to keep things secure, there's even a little lock. Now, the only piece of tech I keep in my carry-on bag is actually a toothbrush from Laifen, who was kind enough to partner on this part of the video. The Laifen Wave toothbrush I have here is the stainless steel model, but it also comes in aluminum or ABS plastic for a lower price point. Plus there are 5 different colors to choose from. The brush itself is super sleek and it has this clean minimalist design. It feels really nice in the hand and it comes with a braided magnetic charging cord. But what really sets this toothbrush apart is the oscillation. Most electric toothbrushes just vibrate. And look, the Laifen Wave actually oscillates at 60-degree angle while it vibrates. It's the world's first to do this, and it's designed to mimic that dentist recommended base technique for a serious deep clean. Now, do you see that? The Laifen Wave just blows my old toothbrush out of the water. It's like a mini power wash for your teeth. It actually gets into the crevices of the corn, unlike the Oral-B I used to use. And because my teeth are so close together, this does a much better job getting into tight spots. Plus this toothbrush has an SGS certification. It can remove 6 times more plaque than a regular electric toothbrush. Another cool thing is the app. You can adjust the brushing timer, get reminders to switch zones every 30 seconds, and even crank up the oscillation up to the max. For someone who used to never brush their teeth long enough, this is a huge help. Plus it's got this travel mode you activate by long pressing the button so it won't accidentally turn on in your bag. Also, the battery life on medium settings can last up to 30 days, which means you don't even need to travel with the charging cable, but it does take up to 2.5 hours to fully charge. Oh, and don't forget about replacement heads, which gets really expensive with other brands. Laifen has these multi-packs, making it much more affordable. A 3-pack is only $15.99, and the 6-pack is $27. Now, when I bought my Oral-B toothbrush, it only came with 1 measly brush head. The Laifen Wave comes with 3 different brush heads to choose from that have their own unique colors and a little instruction manual to get started. If you're looking to upgrade your oral hygiene game, definitely check out the Laifen Wave. Right now, they've got a 40% off sale for Black Friday. Make sure to search Laifen on Amazon or Google to grab yours today. Now, the first piece of tech I carry is the tripod. I don't always carry a tripod, but when I do, it's the Peak Design carbon fiber one. It's a bit more expensive than their aluminum one because it's just lighter, but it's tiny. Like, look at this. And it gets very, very tall, making it perfect for a camera setup. You can even take off the top portion and attach your smartphone instead if you want to do any sort of vertical video. Now the bag, this is what I carry most of the tech in, and there's just tons of stuff. So we're just gonna go one by one. So first thing is obviously the camera. This is the Sony a7C II. Basically it's a smaller a7 IV, and I try to travel as light, so I want to travel as compact, and this has been perfect for that. It shoots 4K 60, it has great stills, like it's a hybrid camera, so it takes good pictures, but it also takes amazing video. You still have the viewfinder, which you don't have with some other compact Sony cameras. I have the cage on right now, but usually I'll take this off. The battery life is good, and overall it hasn't failed me yet. The other thing connected to it is the lens. I usually just travel with one lens. This is the 16 to 35 millimeter Sony G Master 2. It's just a great versatile lens. And if I need to get a little bit closer, I'll just put this on APS-C mode, and then I can basically go 1.5 times the distance. The other things that are inside of here are microphones. So this is the DJI Mic 2. This has been amazing. I love this kit. It just always stays charged. I have tons of battery life, and there's even a little component now that lets me connect directly to my digital hot shoe, so I don't have to use the cable. But the one thing that I like about this is I don't have to worry about charging it all the time. You have Lightning and Type-C if you need to connect to your phone or an older iPhone. And then these little mics, not only do they record directly to the camera, but they record directly to the transmitter. So I always have a backup copy. And plus the fact that they're a 32-bit float means if my volume is too low or too high, I can always recover it in post-production. Plus, in the bag itself, I carry an extra lavalier. This is the Sanken lav. The audio quality on this is way better than the mics that are inside of the DJI transmitter. So depending on what I'm doing, I might actually use this instead. Plus, you have little things like your muffs in case it's a windy day, and a USB Type-C cable to charge the microphone. Next up is the monitor. Now, I don't always carry a monitor. It just depends on what I'm filming, but usually it's the Shinobi 7. It's a very affordable, it doesn't record directly to it, but at least it gives me a bigger screen to see what I'm doing. And it's just a good way to make sure that whatever I'm shooting, it's actually what I'm looking at, because sometimes this tiny little display on the camera is really hard to see, especially if it's outdoors. Outdoors, good luck trying to figure out what you're filming. You have to end up using the viewfinder, and this just gives you a much better experience. Now, on the top pocket, I have two items. I have my tech pouch, which is the Peak Design tech pouch, and this just matches nicely with the bag, and this is where I keep all my cables. So USB Type-C, but this also can be converted to micro USB if needed. I have a bunch of converters. If I go to a European country, I'll be able to use their outlets. I carry a HDMI to micro HDMI, so I can hook up my monitor to the A7 II camera. And I also have an extra USB Type-C cable in case I need to charge my phone or laptop at the exact same time. This is my GAN charger. This is a 130 watt Razer GAN charger, so it has 4 ports that I can completely utilize. And then on the side of it, I carry a tiny little light in case I'm in a dark situation and I need some light to basically see what I'm filming. It's tiny, it's bright enough, it's not perfect, but it's good in case I ever need it. Then I have an external drive. This is the SanDisk Professional. I've reviewed this already. It's the, I forget, the G something. I'll put a link in the description below, but I've been using this for years. It's so solid and durable that I've never had an issue with it. Then there's other little things in here like micro SD cards. I have an SD card reader, which I don't know why because my computer has one, but I think I mostly use it for the micro SD option in case I'm carrying a DJI Osmo or drone. And then just a couple of cases full of cards in the event that I forget to put one inside. The other thing that's inside of the last top pocket are headphones. Now, I used to use the Beats Studio Pro, but I actually like the Bose headphones better. These guys are just, they're fantastic, you know? Like, they're clean, they have the best active noise cancellation that I've ever used. The sound quality is maybe not as good as the Sonys or even Apple's, but the active noise cancellation is incredible. And I like to sleep on planes, and this one just gets rid of the most noise. It works very well with iOS devices and Android phones, so I like to stay somewhere in the middle so that I have the best compatibility. Of course, you have your USB cord and an audio cable in case these things run out of charge and you need to connect them to the plane. In the side pockets, I carry extra batteries for the camera. I also carry an ND filter. This is the Nisi 3-stop ND filter. So I don't like to carry too many ND filters. I think 3 stops for most situations is good enough. I don't use variable because I find variable, the quality of a variable ND filter is not nearly as good as a proper non-variable. So 3 stops has always been a good solution for me. If it's a really super bright place I'm going to, let's say it's all snow or something, which doesn't happen in the tech space, then I'll probably carry 6 stops, but 3 is pretty much perfect. Besides that, I have a battery for the monitor. I like this battery because on the bottom there's a USB Type-C port, so I can charge it directly instead of using an adapter, which most older chargers used to do. Some microfiber cloth, or paper rather, to clean the lens. A couple of wet naps just in case I actually need them for cleaning glass or whatever it is. And then on the other side, I usually carry a tiny little screwdriver, but I forgot to put it in here. Another SD card. And then on the top, I have access to a little pocket, which I usually put my passport and my wallet inside, but I also carry my other phone. So I carry 2 phones, the Pixel 9 Pro Fold and the iPhone 16 Pro Max. So these are the 2 devices I'm usually carrying. Sometimes this will be the Pixel 9 Pro, the 6.2-inch ones, but other times it'll be the 9 Pro Fold. Longer flights, I carry the Fold just because I don't want to carry an iPad as well. And then this 8-inch screen is just big enough to watch content on. This I always carry because the video on the iPhone is still the best, and I find that I use this quite a lot, especially for vertical content. The laptop. I carry a MacBook Pro 16. I cannot stress to you how awesome this laptop is for travel. Nothing beats it. Nothing in terms of battery life. I could literally get full performance on a plane, 6 to 7 hours of editing while flying, and never have to worry about charging it. That's something you just can't get anywhere else. And it's just been so reliable for me, and the performance has been perfect. Plus it has all the ports I need to get my work done. Besides that, that's basically it. Like sometimes I'll carry an iPad. It just depends where I'm going, but for the most part, I usually just carry the Fold. But that's 20 pounds of tech that goes on my bag. All right, I hope that was kind of an insight of what we carry to travel. I always want to reduce the amount of stuff that I carry. So please, if you have any suggestions on how I can get the weight down, please let me know. I know I can go 14-inch, but I can't do 14-inch. I need a 16-inch display. 14-inch is just too small for my eyes. I need the bigger display. But if there's anything else that I can get rid of or reduce, please let me know. I want to travel as light as possible. Links to everything will be in the description down below. Like the video if you liked it, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next one.